Gaurav Mashruwala joins us now to answer all of your questions on your investments. Gaurav, we've received a lot of questions for you after our Diwali episode. The first one comes in from Kedar. He writes in saying his father-in-law will retire in about a month and he'll receive 20 lakh rupees from his employee provident fund. Now he wants to know where that money should be invested to generate a regular income and what his asset allocation should ideally be. Gaurav.
Kedar, this is provident fund money that's coming in. Now, if your father-in-law is retiring and he's not going to take up any other career or there's not going to be anything else happening after this, you need to ensure that there is enough health cover that your father-in-law and the entire family, all those who are his dependents have. Because in case there are any health-related issues, then the corpus that has been received by way of provident fund will get depleted. So one is ensure there is enough health insurance. After that, create a contingency fund from this corpus. Keep aside about 6 months mandatory expenses as contingency. So in case there is any issues with inflow happening, then money can be used from the contingency fund for routine expenses. After that, you start using money to generate regular income. Now, you haven't mentioned the age of your father-in-law, but if he's senior citizen, then there's senior citizen savings scheme which is there, which yields about 9.3% quarterly interest. There is post office monthly income scheme which is also available. Apart from that, you can look at mutual fund because mutual funds have monthly income plans. While their returns are not assured, the dividend that you earn is tax-free, and there is a certain amount of equity component which will ensure that it keeps pace with inflation. So, three options that you have in terms of regular income: post office monthly income scheme, senior citizen savings scheme, and monthly income plans of mutual fund company.
Our next question comes in from Colin. He earns 25,000 rupees a month and he manages to save 15,000 rupees after expenses. Colin, that is very impressive. He wants to start investing this money and he tells us he has a high risk appetite. He wants to know where he can invest this money to get good returns on his savings. Gaurav, he's obviously worked very hard to save that much money every month. Where would you recommend he puts it?
Colin, great that you want to start investing from a young age, and also when your pay scales are low and still you are able to save. Now, you haven't mentioned certain things as to do you have health insurance, do you have any dependents, but assuming that the place where you're working has given you enough health cover and you don't have any dependents, if your goal is beyond 5 to 7 years and you're saying that you can live with volatility, you can look at high risk, then start investing in a mutual fund scheme which has predominantly mid and small cap equity. The fund will be volatile, but over a longer period of time, it has possibility of generating higher returns.
We have time for one more question, and this one is from Manish. Now, Gaurav, this is an interesting question. He has a monthly income of 80,000 rupees. He pays 41,000 rupees for his home loan, 9,000 rupees for his car loan, and he tells us he's barely able to save any money after those payments. He also spends about 20,000 rupees every 6 months on an LIC policy. He wants you to help him start saving and investing for his future because he's worried that he's not currently able to put any money away. Now, Manish, first of all, the fact that you have a home is a good thing because that can be, for starters, some sort of, a corpus that you rely on for your retirement. You need to worry about emergency money that you'll need to use right now. Gaurav, how can he get started?
Manish, couple of things. One is that you're saying out of your 80,000 take home, you're almost using 50,000 rupees to service loans, and that's on a higher side. Ideally, even if you have a house loan, your EMI should not be more than 40 to 45% of your take home. So my bet here would be that use surplus money to reduce your outstanding principal. Bring it down to a level whereby EMI does not cross more than 40%. Because in case there is any kind of job loss, for whatever reason, either your performance or economic condition or market conditions or employee, whatever situations there are, the employee situation, whatever other problems that can happen, you will struggle. So whatever surplus that you have, use that money to pay off your loans. First, try and pay off your car loan because that will be on an expensive side. After that, use that money to bring down home loan. Once it comes down to the level that I have mentioned, then you may want to look at your other goals. If there are any other goals which are likely to happen in next 2 to 3 years, look at debt-based instruments. You may want to consider debt mutual funds. If those goals are greater than 7 to 9 years, look at equity as an asset class. You may do direct equity if you have both skills and time. If you don't, then look at equity-based mutual funds, and for an interim period, make combination of two.